Hello there, my slippery schnarfs. How are you doing on this fine day? This is episode 4. Oh my god, already on episode 4. Holy crap, so we're 29-1 so far, so we're doing an absolutely astounding job. Much better than I thought I was going to do, honestly. I was kind of going for more of a 90 to 10 win-loss ratio. I would really love to see that. If I can go 9, get 9 wins for every single loss that I get, that would make me really happy at the end of this series. But if we do any better than that, even better. So nonetheless, let's talk about what we talked about in the past. In the past 3 videos, we've talked about what the heck we're doing in the series. We talked about our towers and why we pick our towers for those certain scenarios. And then we talked about our rushes. I just want to recap those really quick. We pick dart monkeys almost every single game, and we usually pick wizards as our second tower. We love dart monkeys because they're 0-3 dart monkeys, and they're just really good overall group popping power, and you can add just a few of them as you need them. They're also camo detection, so they're really nice. Wizards, they're camo lead popping power and camo popping power and lead popping power, which are usually the biggest things that dart monkeys have a weakness for. So that's why we pick the wizards. Farms are, of course, one of the most important things ever, because they give us lots of money, and when you have lots of money, you can do whatever you want. It's pretty much the truth for real life, too. And that's why we choose those towers. As far as rushes go, yellow rushes are an okay way to rush, especially if you're just learning the game. Yellow rushes can take a lot of people down, but they're a risky move to go for. I don't always recommend those yellow balloons. Then you can move up to regrow whites on round 11, zebras on round 13, and or regrow rainbows or regrow zebras, depending on whatever you want to rush with. In round 13 as well. Those are our main rushes. Once you get a little bit later on, doing bow-ups and stuff like that, it gets a little bit crazy, and it's kind of dependent on the game, and it's really hard to tell exactly when you should rush with those things, because people can micro around it and stuff like that, so we're not going to get into too much detail about those late-game stuff. But I always recommend, whenever you're doing anything, you always want to go for double rushes. You always want to send a first rush, which is not a full-on rush where you use all of your money. You want to send out just enough stuff to try and make them use battle energy. And that's something you do have to, of course, learn. But usually I do it with regrow whites or regular zebras. Those are the main things where I make people use their battle energy just to lose some lives. It's probably not going to kill them if they don't use the battle energy, but if it does, hey, awesome. You can actually kill people a lot with just regular zebras. But I don't normally do that with regrow zebras or regrow rainbows. I don't normally try to make them use their battle energy with those because it's too expensive. That's our main recap. Always do double rushes. Make sure you're using mostly regrow whites, regrow zebras, regrow rainbows, and maybe just regular zebras as your main rushes. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about our eco. So we've talked about those things, but now we need to focus on how the heck we're using these farms and actually doing a good job with them. So we mostly just chill with 2 farms, maybe 3 farms, depending on the situation. Of course, we're doing very similar rushes to what we always do, regrow zebras and everything, and taking these guys down. So with the farms, this is extremely important. Lives do not matter. Screw the lives. I don't care about lives. You need to realize 149 of those lives mean nothing. Nothing! Except for maybe 2 medallions, which you might earn at the end of the game, but you shouldn't be thinking about that. Don't think about those 2 medallions. 2 medallions, screw that. You need to focus on winning and being good in the late game, and that means focusing on farms. Farms are money, and when you get a lot of money, you're going to win a lot of games. When you have a lot of money, you can get good defenses, you can get amazing rushes. So that's what we want. We want lots of money. So how do I get lots of money? On round 1, on round 1, at 12 seconds, I build a 0-0 banana farm. Then, hopefully, unless these people are anti-stalling, which I'll talk about probably in a regular video, unless these people are anti-stalling, you can get a 1-0 banana farm before round 2. This is important, because if you get the 1-0 banana farm before round 2, you can end up getting a dart monkey up to 0-2 very, very easily, and eventually 0-3 right around round 4. And that will help you against those pinks and those evil blues. This guy was also very good. I don't know if you guys saw his records. I think it was 17-1 or something like that, so it's going to be a little bit risky target for us. So we love to get the 1-0 banana farm before round 2, and then we get usually either a 0-1 dart monkey or a 0-2 dart monkey, unless these people are rushing us with tons of blues. But that's pretty sweet if we can do that, and then we try and get our second farm going. I like getting a second farm rather than upgrading my first farm up to 2-0. It's personal preference, but feel free if you want to upgrade up to a 2-0. But again, the main point whenever we're farming, it's not to get an awesome defense and then also farm. No, we're trying to farm with just enough defense to survive, man, getting 3 dirt monkeys, maybe 4, or whatever, until we get the maximum amount of farms that we want. So because this guy I saw was a really, really good player, I was kind of expecting a Regal Rainbow Rush from this guy. So I was like, you know what? Let's get our defense set up. And guess what? He is not going to rush. We're just going to go for a full-on rush and a secondary rush. And of course, we're going to take him down with billions of Regal Rainbows. Not that big of a deal for us. But with these banana farms, the main point is to get probably 2, maybe 3 banana farms up to 2-0. I usually get 2 banana farms up to 2-0 and one of them up to 1-0 in good situations, and in sort of bad situations I still try and get 2 of them up to 2-0. That is like the normal amount of farms that you want to get. Now of course if you're facing fantastic people where you're going late game around 18, 20, 22, you want to get more farms. Of course that makes sense. But at our current levels, when we're facing people who are not that great and we're beating most people on round 13, we want to get these 3 farms going. Just 3. That's all we really need. 3 farms. Get them up to 2-0, and you're going to be really happy with yourself. I also want to talk about a little bit more about positioning in future levels, future videos, but for now, just keep in mind that positioning is important on where you put your towers. Also, I just realized I don't think I have 3-0 boomerangs. I'm like, oh crap, Chris. Oh crap. Oh wait, you do have 3-0 boomerangs. You don't have 4th tier boomerangs. It's like, oh, I can't get the glaive load. I have to save up $4,000 just for that purpose. But now I'm like, oh crap, we just gotta go hardcore rushing. And that's what I do. I just go hardcore rushing with camo zebras and all that ridiculousness right there. Because it freaked me out. Sometimes you just don't get used to the fact that you don't have all the towers unlocked. When you're used to playing with them several hundred games in a row, and all of a sudden you're limited in just a few of them, you're like, oh crap, it just slips your mind. So, should you ever get 3rd tier banana farms? Not unless you're really going late game. It's a possibility. Sometimes it makes sense, but the most effective banana farms are actually the 2-0 banana farms. So, it's basically 0-0 banana farms kind of suck. 1-0 banana farms are pretty good, 2-0 banana farms are slightly better, and 3-0 banana farms kind of suck. 4th tier banana farms, on the other hand, 4-2 banana farms are really freaking good. The best farms in the game. So whenever you're trying to get a banana farm, you always want to get 4th tier banana farms, 4-2 banana farms. I also just want to mention really quick, don't use banana banks. Just don't. Sometimes I get people arguing with me saying they're technically more efficient and crap, and I don't believe it. I don't. Just don't. They're not good. You cannot make them. You cannot use them in efficient ways in battles. Unless they completely buff them and make them absolutely ridiculous, no, you cannot use those guys in any sort of effective way in battles. And I will stick to my guns on that forever. Unless they buff them. So anyways, we actually, this guy almost took us down right here. I'm like, holy crap, dude, he just defended those 2 really solid rushes right there. So when we're trying to get these banana farms, of course, the main point is to try and get 2-0 banana farms, but I also like having 2 1-0 banana farms instead of a 2-0 banana farm, because if I need to, if it's an absolute emergency, I can sell one of those banana farms and still keep the other one, and that will increase my eco overall, just in case I need to sell them. That's why usually I like sticking with more lower level ones, because I can sell them as I need them, instead of having to sell a $2,000 banana, or the banana farm worth $2,000, which is of course a lot of money. So that's pretty much it for eco. It's important. Now, as far as balloon income goes, we should talk about balloon income. Do I use balloon income? Should you use balloon income? On short levels, when you plan on killing somebody on round 12 or 13 or whatever, use just a tiny itty bit of balloon income. Maybe 300, 350, or if you're doing tons of damage to them, maybe you can rush with, maybe you can go up to a little bit more than that, but usually, I don't like doing anything lower than that, or anything higher than that, I mean. Anything more than 350, 400 on these shorter levels, never. On the longer levels, there are some levels where maybe, just maybe, you'll say, you know what, the most efficient thing for me to do, because I plan on going late game in this map, Battle Park, for example, is to go balloon eco, balloon income, and yeah, it's a possibility. I don't really recommend it, but it is a possibility. You can do it. But in general, stay away from balloon income. Trust in your banana farms until you get to a late level. So this is one of the first levels where we go late game, and we're still going to do some solid rushes. Guess what we do? A mob on top of a bunch of regrow camo leads, and we annihilate him. That was the first time we got some 3rd tier banana farms as well, which was kind of cool as well. As well. I agree, as well, of course. As well. We're looking down in the well, and there's just a girl with black hair, and she's coming at me through a TV screen. Holy crap, dude, that was scary. Extremely scary. Alright, so we've got David Kroll coming up now. Yeah, so of course, like I said, get the 1-0 banana farm before round 2. This is a very important thing. So if you don't do that, you can't afford these high-level dart monkeys. It does matter. It's just a few $100s, and just the few $100 that you don't have can cause you to not have a 0-3 dart monkey, which will cause you to chase balloons, which will cause you to lose a lot more lives. So that $100 to $200 really, it does matter a lot, and a lot of people don't realize how much it does matter. I suppose the last thing is about mixing. Should you mix your stuff? Should you mix farms with balloon income? I know a lot of people do that. They get a couple farms going, and then they're like, you know what, I'm going to switch over, I'm just going to send us some pinks, I'll send us some zebras, I'll send us some blacks or whites or whatever. It's causing my enemy not to really have to, or it's causing my enemy to spend more money on defense, while still I'm getting eco. So it's like, okay, that makes sense, right? Not really. Not really. I don't really like mixing. The only time that you should mix is if you get a 4th tier banana farm, and you're on round 20, 22, something like that. Then maybe you should start getting some pinks going, because that game might go late game, and after you start getting past round maybe 30 or 40 or something, banana farms start to be less efficient, and balloon income does start to be more efficient. But that's the only time that I would use balloon incomes if I plan on going past round like 30. Otherwise, banana farms are just the way to go, and you can argue with me all you want. You can say I'm still an amazing player and I still just use balloon income. That's fine. Okay, you can still be a good player and use balloon income, but it's not the best thing to do. It is not the best thing to do. I want to repeat that really quick. Balloon income is not the best thing to do. You can win games with balloon income. Yes, you can. You can be a good player with balloon income. Yes, but farms are better. Farms are better! I'm going to argue with everybody forever about that. And I don't care. They are harder to use. You need to be a better player to use them, but they are better. Trust me on that. So anyways, we're coming into the end of this game. Of course, we just rushed with some stuff that made him use his battle energy, and then we're going to go hardcore, regrow zebras and rainbows, and take him down. So that's what I'm going to have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, press the like button. I'd really appreciate that. And have a super duper delicious day.